Welcome back. It is time for the final map to decide who will win the Swedish derby. Is it going to be fnatic or is it going to be NiP? Everyone thought it was going to be NiP, but fnatic looked pretty formidable, and we're going to the third map, will be Mirage. And Mirage is going to be an interesting affair, as James already noted with the statistics. Definitely a favorable map for both teams. A map where you can get pretty much everything. A lot of crazy AWP action, fast play, slow play. You know, lots of map control, oriented defaults as well. It's got a bit of everything.
It does indeed. I think it's a great way to finish off the series. I think it will be a faster pace than we saw on Cash. Although towards the late rounds, I think we saw people being very careful, trying to capitalize on the situations they had. Didn't quite work out, ended up in overtime, but that might not be the case here on Mirage. We will start with the knife round, the blades, the sharp objects, the prison shanks. See who will decide to start on the CT team. Karambits favoured by Ninjas in Pyjamas. There is almost a bit of everything. 2 butterflies for fnatic. I have every knife apart from Broland's knife. At least in terms of types. I don't even know, is that Navajo knife or whatever? I don't know what it's called, but who cares? Ninjas in Pyjamas won the knife round, so I would expect them to start on the CT side. The command, I'm sure, has just been entered, so we will soon be into this. NiP starting CT side Mirage. Where do you stand, Dan? Do you change your prediction, or do you continue with NiP?
I stay with NiP.
You're a big fan of changing predictions.
I stay with NiP. I think they'll be fine. It's going to be really close, though. I think there's no bones about it. It's going to be a really, really close game. I do think the starting off on the CT side is advantageous to, if you're able to get a good start rolling in straight away. I think it just feels good. I think ultimately, it's not a huge deal statistically, but I think it just feels good, if that makes any sense. And the game is an emotional one. You want to be confident.
There we go. P250 for Broland being dropped by Exist. I would have liked to have seen more P250s on the T pistol rounds in the matches that we've seen today. But our journey today will finish with this at the very least. Obviously, we've got the second half to come as well. And there we go. You've got that range. It gives you almost double the headshot, the one-shot range versus a Glock, as I always like to say. There's always someone who doesn't know about it. So it is good to have a P250 in a T-side pistol round. But that's only 1 kill. There are 4 more to find as they move towards the B-bomb site. JW is in the market position, and no one's on B. What the hell's going on, Dan?
Ooh, that could get goose straight away. This is looking like a fnatic round, to be honest. Everything is aligning. Is Draken going to look hard check the right position? I don't think so. Well, actually the smoke. Whoa. Okay, this is weird. Did Draken hear him? Oh my god, what is going on? What is going on? That happened earlier with Draken versus JW. This is so weird. And there might just be a chance now, 3 versus 3 as they emerge from the apartments. Get right the only player with HP though, and he's going to be coming from market, from the door position. He's been dealt with by JW, no less. And for all that madness, looks like everything will be fine.
Draken holding on to his Kevlar. Why go into the smoke in the first place? I don't know.
Why not?
I'm going to ignore that. The pistol round goes to fnatic. Alrighty then. NiP will have to wait a little for the perceived advantages of the CT side now that they are not in an ideal situation. See what they choose to do. Do they spend or do they save? No items in the supermarket trolley. They're just here to browse and get out of the house.
Okay, well. Five USPs.
Paint a picture of poetry, Dan.
The only team I think I've seen win this round in this situation on this map with 5 USPs is Astralis.
Okay.
That was the only team I think I've seen pull it off.
Are you saying they can't do it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that it's very
too
rare.
early, Dan. They're all still alive.
It's very rare.
Okay.
It's very difficult.
That's fair.
Getting some damage in, but getting the 5 kills. I think it was Astralis they did with them. They were all facing mid, I think, as well, in the way they did it. And just like hit every USB headshot or something ridiculous. But Fnatic are moving in numbers, so it's very difficult to effectively do damage and trade out correctly. There we go.
I
Fnatic,
feel like the main
ahead.
threat of this round has been eliminated since there's only one person is alive now.
Yeah.
And he has Kevlar to save. He doesn't really... It's not worth losing $650. Ooh. Yeah, he's done for now. He's done for. The death sentence, the death warrant has been signed. Here comes the bounty killer. Onto the buy round. He would have loved. Oh man, if he had saved that Kevlar, he had exactly 4750. He had the AWP, but he couldn't get around the corner into A fast enough. Therefore, he does not have an AWP.
Well, sometimes life sucks, James.
In the words of Vince McMahon, life sucks and then you die. It's a great line.
3 players top mid there for Fnatic to quickly go for a B split. I like it. Really fast. Really, really fast. Rez can't do too much to stop this. He's getting spammed. Oh my god, he goes down by connector. Draken, does he realize Crims has made his way for that? Okay, not just Crims. They're all flooding through the window. JW's retreated. I thought Fnatic were absolutely on for the B split, but now they've changed their play completely, and now it's an A split. Interesting stuff from them.
Bomb has to creep very carefully. It has no protection coming towards that ramp position. If the bomb carrier goes down, then that might just be the round. Fnatic still in that connector, slowly creeping through with minimal warning. Draken in the window. As we can see, there is a player elevated in JW, but he's looking for it. He'll see the tip of the gun. Is he ready for the headshot? He is. The bomb making its way to the site. CT has been taken over by Fnatic, so Fnatic are in a good spot for a third round.
Yeah, I don't know how NiP can stop this. Obviously, it comes down to this first 1 versus 1. Forest is often good for it, though. There's a quick peek. Brolan is annihilating them. Brilliant defense. Actually, the first kill was, in fact, Exist. He was up on the toll booth. Well played to Fnatic. They maneuvered a lot in this round. I really loved the beginning approach where they went up catwalk so quickly. That was really cool. That you can see that it really caught NiP off guard, and I think it was Rez that got just beasted through the smokes in connector. Really nice way to start out rounds, win that mid control.
Round number 4, and 3 players haven't got a kill yet for Ninjas in Pyjamas. A slow start on the CT side of Mirage. 2 silenced M4s stolen by Fnatic. The Cyrex is back in rotation. Haven't seen that one for a while in a professional match. So we've got a few smoke grenades here for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and Draken will be the utility man, but he's also the AK man, so I can't imagine him throwing too much utility, as it's his job to shoot people in the face. Preferably the face, anywhere else will do. But everybody likes the face. Fnatic looking for a desperate play from Ninjas in Pyjamas, considering they are expected to mostly be on pistols in a round such as this. There is a smoke grenade here and there still to be deployed by Ninjas in Pyjamas, and you can see Draken has been boosted up on that short brick position. And they wait. Fnatic. 2W having a look. Fnatic trying to identify what might be going on here. They have a minute on the clock. Get right in a good position. Not bad for his use either. But I guess there's more dynamic play with a CZ75. He will trade the kill, pick up a weapon. The bomb, however, is heading towards the B bomb site. And there are still 2 players in that position, one on short and Forest on the site itself. The grenade starts to stream in. He spots one player out the window. They've got a crossfire if they need it. Draken's activated with the AK-47, and now things could get very difficult for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit awkward here. Brolan dropping down. Oh, they line up, but the headshots start to rain in for NiP. They've controlled, contained, and now they will calm the situation right down. Picking up the guns as they push forwards now, and Twist is trying to get out of there. This has not worked out for Fnatic.
That is a lot of bonus money for Ninjas in Pajamas. 3 rifles collected. They started with 1 at the beginning of that round, and they look to leave with 3. Twist cannot risk losing the AWP as well. That would be a catastrophe. So let's see now. That's an early issue for fnatic. It's not a round they should be losing. Maybe taking it too slow. Although they were active, they were proactive, looking for players, looking through the window, the window position in mid and so on and so forth, but just didn't find the right people in the right places.
Ooh. This is Fnatic's opportunity though to smash the economy of NiP. Or do what they can to with it down. Did exist find? Oh, we found it from over the top of the smoke. Over by catwalk. Look at all this harassment. Rez gets flashed through. That's actually so cool by NiP. What a beautiful play. That's so awesome. Just so reactive as well.
Typing in chat, probably saying, "Can't believe you've done this."
Why you do this?
Lecro with a nice off angle. Pop flash, he can peek behind it as well. He has spotted Twist. He hasn't seen the bomb, and the bomb is at the entrance to apartments. And they don't know where Crims is. Spotted player by the window. AWP looking for a big shot. There's no guarantee the second player is there as well. But gambles will be taken. Get right, moving into the palace position as presence is heard towards B. Maybe that will have a third player rotating as he can stop the plant in that position. Fire is a problem if you're not fireproof, and Twist isn't. That leaves Crims alone with the bomb. He's the last one to fall. 4 players surviving for Ninjas in Pajamas. Positive results early on.
Yeah, this is where you can see a really big swing potentially happening, because we'll see somewhat of a save from Fnatic now. And oh, Draken's picked up an MP9. Oh yeah, his money wasn't fantastic. A teammate could have dropped him an AWP though. So the fact that he picks up an MP9 is just a mixture of, you know what, I don't need an AWP this round. And I'm happy to just build some bank. You can drop the AWP next round. I still feel like picking up an AWP is fine.
Trying to create bedlam, Fnatic, with the numbers game. Click of the Glock, not much is happening. P250s remain. P250 remains. No kills yet for Fnatic. Roland, where is he? There he is, jumping, trying to get that kill. There we go. That's $5,000 damage. And the P250 pays for itself. So that is something. 3-3, Fnatic on the buy once again.
I would really like Draken to have an AWP here. Okay, there it is. Alrighty. I was really hoping that there was not a world where they were like, yeah, you know what, we'll just continue with the MP9 this round. So good to see that that's not the case. Twist on the AWP there for the T side. We saw previously with Nico on FaZe how devastating a T side AWP can be in theory and in practice if it's performed by an expert with the gun. Nice flash play. Oh my days. Crims got annihilated. Did do some good damage to Rez though, somehow. Speaking of which, Draken also doing some good damage as he spots the pressure up middle, and they might have an inkling about this B split now, or at least the intent for it. Fnatic are in a lot of trouble here, it feels like, in this round.
It's all about the entries. Can JW hear the scope of Lecro? Does he have a rough idea of where he is? Perhaps he's past Draken's angle as well, but Draken can reposition and take him out. So indeed, I think JW was playing off the sound cues there, but the gamble didn't pay off. 2 versus 5. No response to these 3 frags from Ninjas in Pajamas by Fnatic. 50 seconds, and now Twist remains. So much time on the clock, and nothing he can do. It may be a long, drawn-out round at this point. Although, that said, Rez is moving up. That net is closing quickly. Maybe reading that they will be trying to save with the AWP once again. Tag and a frag from Rez. And that does not look comfortable at all.
Okay, 4-3. NiP looking pretty damn good now. Another save coming out from fnatic. Should be moving to 5-3 shortly. See the people favoring fnatic in this Mirage game. But again, it's just so even between these two teams. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they've played against each other so many times. You know, that's a big aspect in a series like this. Rez looking to get some taps in. Ooh, okay, there's a smoke. Didn't opt to put a molly down. He's gonna get one anyway through the smoke. Fair enough. HE sent out, but not connecting really of anything. There's not too much that fnatic can likely do here. Trying to find some headshots. Good case would be a couple kills. The economy is really getting out of control, I have to say, frankly. Ooh. Did he get shot in a deagle, shot by Deagle twice in the head?
Yep.
Ouch.
Very ouch. Very, very ouch. JW now with an AK-47, a minute on the clock. The bomb towards the B-bomb sites. What is the play from JW? There's an off angle from a player near Palace. Oh my god. 448 damage in the jaw, cousin. Lines for Electro. What is it with these headshots from Exist? Where is this coming from? And is it enough to win a round? Forest with 4 HP and less common angle through the window. But does Exist go past? He's not the person with the bomb. The bomb's planted. There he is, looking for more. Spotting Forest now near that market position. But where are the other two players?
Yeah, they have a nice triangle attack here, but it's now just a line between Get Right and Forest.
You can spray the window just to the left of these wooden boxes. The panel, the side panel, which is up. Oh, just waited too long. So that big panel kind of facing the window, you can spray through that into the window itself. But I'm sure he didn't know how low Forest was. 5-3, Ninjas and Pajamas in the lead by 2. Goodbye coming out for both sides, so this one will be very competitive as well.
Yeah, good series from Get Right so far. We've seen them be pretty key. Nice performances. I'd like to see some aggression here from NiP or something cool. fnatic with a potential mid burst again. A default from them. 3 players going top mid. 4 players on A for NiP. Interesting approach. They are going to be cycling Forest back through CD spawn now towards B though. They start to come in for fnatic. NiP have given mid for free here. You got to be careful with that. You need to do something in return. You can't just give something for free in a game of Counter-Strike. You got to take something back, James. Something.
See what Rez can do. He's got some sound cues and communicate the information to his team. What roughly... Oh! Ow! Ooh, that's painful. 49 seconds remain. Player lurking in Palace. Tracker has got a few different places to look at. Time is starting to run low for fnatic, although they have a reasonable spot to split the site. Twist, he seemed to be looking for it, but not ready for it. Draken blinds, can't deliver the Molotov. He's trying to create space for himself with the smoke grenades going through. Battle snipe for Draken. What the hell's going on? 23 seconds, the bomb's on the floor in a moment. Misses a shot, but again, there's pressure to plant the bomb. They don't need to go too crazy. JW picked off in the meantime. Krim surrounded. Only so much he could do. Just the 1 kill for fnatic. Another round in the bag for NiP.
Hello.
It's a TV.
Makes you think of the old CRT days. Dragging my cathode ray tube around. That's what it stands for.
I know.
Like that.
I know.
Okay.
You were just staring at me. It was weird. It's too late in the day, Dan, for you to say cathode ray tube and then look over at me. I don't want to live that life.
Oh my god. It's funny because those CRTs, they had it's instantaneous pretty much. I think it's instantaneous, the input there's no input delay basically. It's instantaneous. The signal between your mouse and what's happening on the screen. I can't really talk very well.
No?
Articulate this very well, James. I have to say.
That's problematic.
I regret this passage of commentary.
If you want to know more about Cathode Ray Tubes, send a tweet to DDK. Follow DD. What the hell is your tweet? DDK Esports, whatever. Yeah. DDK Esports. 6-3 in favor of Ninjas in Pyjamas. Spam! A swing and a hit. Exist down to 16 HP. Exist is dead. And so it's JW. NiP looking comfortable in the bedlam, in the anarchy that Fnatic are trying to cause. Finally a frag for Fnatic, but they've got a rifle and a pistol and not much else.
It feels like there's so many headshots. Like everyone's just getting absolutely smashed in the face in this game. Twist is he to be the next one. He's going to push forwards. Oh, it will actually get right. He'll be on the receiving end of that. Grim's now just going for it. He's just going for it. He knows people are all over the place. Let's find some jewels. Let's go for the retake of the B-bomb site. And, well, this is not going well. Here's the stepping in Palmas. What is he going to be able to do here? Molly the back. They are playing very disciplined, Ninjas in Pyjamas. They're not peeking at all.
Rez running distraction, just constantly making Grim's creeping. It's looking difficult on the T side for Fnatic, but again, it's not too late for them to have a resurgence in this first half and get a reasonable score moving into the CT side. So while it doesn't look fantastic right now, that could easily change, and it has changed, I feel like, multiple times in this series so far. After 2 close games, could Ninjas in Pyjamas pull away on Mirage and have a dominating scoreline? Plenty of questions to be answered in the rounds to come. This one's not looking fantastic though for Fnatic with a rifle and a bunch of pistols.
Molly was well placed. Get right with the first 2 with the Orc. And this dive onto the A site's not worked out there for Fnatic. Exist does find one though. But still, they can't really quite seem to get their way into the bomb site. Nicely done. Rez making it look very clean and polished towards the end there. And 8-3 now, NiP. It's really getting a great start on the CT side. And honestly, if you look at the first few rounds, it honestly felt like it was going to be Fnatic's Mirage, like the way that everything was happening and unfolding. But there's more levels to all of it, and within that, we see NiP succeeding and doing a great job overall. They look really focused. I'm impressed too, because it's late in the day right over here, and it's a long series. It's a very tough series between both, like very taxing series for these 2 teams. Lots of concentration required. The jet lag going into China it does take a lot of getting used to. Going east is tough, difficult, man. Yeah, it's real tough. That's why we're starting to struggle to speak. Sometimes the articulation is suffering, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Here we go into the next rounds, and it's more of a mid aggression from NiP here. This is cool. Draken on the underpass duties, or he might actually just get one here. Ooh! How on earth has JW done that?
Gotta be quick. And this time Fnatic might be faster, I say that, but the score is, well, the personnel numbers are tied. One lurking towards A in Palace for Fnatic, and the other 2 will start to rotate over. I don't know if Lekro is close enough to hear this rotation, but get right. Big frag taking Crims out. That's a clue as to what might be going on around the rest of the map. But he's still alone towards the A site. Get right, taking a different angle altogether. Is Exist going to check all the way? A former teammate, surely he knows what Get Right is capable of, but he goes so close and checks everywhere up until where Get Right is. That has got to be frustrating.
I'm going to check this spot. No, it's fine. Oh no. The worst.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah. Reminds me of a frag we saw recently, but enough about that. We'll see if Brolan can do something here. Mr. Brolan. Moving forwards, he knows there's one on the T steps. Can he take it down? Yes, he can. That's going to give him a spot to plant, potentially. Didn't realize maybe how close the next player is. Who's going for the check, though, towards Connector. Not worked out. Ah, I remember now. It was Letcro. So we were watching an overpass game, and it was Letcro. It may even have been against fnatic actually, but Letcro, he was pushing on the B bomb site. And I think there was a plant in the normal spot on B on overpass, and he checked right to short, but then didn't fully check it, and then went fully left 90 degrees, and then went back because there was actually a guy there and just nailed him in the head. Do you remember that, James?
No.
Amazing display of flicks from Letcro. We can see in this matchup as well, he's been doing fantastic work. Great team performance overall from NiP, I should say. fnatic charging in, looking to go for the trade game. Nice spacing as they move into the A bomb site. And they've actually got themselves 3 versus 3 with the smokes down, and plant is happening. So this is doable.
It is doable, but will it be done? That is the question. There's one T player moving into the Palace position. Jungle Connector and CT are where the CTs will come from. They are better equipped. There's a nice burst from Rez, anticipating the push. Exist has revealed his position, and he can't get a kill just yet. The smoke's on the wrong side. The spray is there. JW up top. Can they stop him? He'll stop the defuse from happening. And I don't know if Letcro can really do anything about this. JW just having fun now. He's won the round. He won't get the last kill, but the bomb will. That is 4 rounds for fnatic.
Well played. They had an AK, a Galil, and a Deagle, and after the smokes, the initial smokes, I don't think they had really any utility left. That's a solid effort from the fnatic boys. And that's a well-earned 4th round. It's not an amazing look, but it's better than what they had. I'm liking the rounds in which they go really fast. Those are really fun. This might be another one, actually. Look at this. So many players in the apartments. 3 players in Palace. Don't see that commonly used in a buy versus buy.
Will Get Right be flashed? Well, timing moves away. Could have been so much. Now his position is awkward, but he will still deliver the first kill. They're chasing, they're running around, and he'll deliver another one. Rez is there for support as well. Fantastic stuff, made awkward for the team as well as the CTs. Doing damage, but no frag there. It's a 4 versus 2. Dragons gets taken out. Get Right still causing problems. Twist alone now. 1 versus 3. Doesn't have the bomb. It is deep in the A site. This is a common smoke, which creates some space. Does allow you to look over from either side as a T player, but obviously they know exactly where he is. He's the only player, but somehow I think Get Right was expecting him to emerge from the other side, which is more common when you throw that smoke. So Twist has given himself a chance. 1 versus 2, starting to wonder, hairs on his back. Ask him if anyone's behind him. The answer is no.
Searching. Oh, he will be found though. He is the one who is found and fragged. Good effort, but Get Right's effort was even better. 19 for 8, Get Right having a great first half. And we're going to go into the last round here. There's a real possibility for an 11-4. NiP really converting off this CT side. And it wasn't easy to get things going at the beginning as well. See Get Right's movement there. Get Right found the perfect positions here time and again to make this work. Really, really good use of repositioning. And, you know, well, fnatic will have to do better. They'll have to do more.
Last round of the first half. fnatic are subjected to 2 UMPs, a Galil as well, and enough grenades, maybe. We will soon see. The Augs have been a problem for them on this CT side of Ninjas in Pyjamas. Aggressive positions, liberties being taken by fnatic. There's a flash being held by Forest, but for what purpose? Rez around Connector will get a kill. He'll be traded as a player under the window, and maybe fnatic can get 5 rounds out of this half. Draken going for an aggressive play. We've got grenades from both sides flying around the A site. Get Right trying to survive in CT, and JW makes his way into A.
Yeah, the sheer lack of HP at this point makes things really difficult. And I don't know if it's going to happen at this point. Both players are coming in from CT. This is a tough one. Going to go with HP. He's got a flash there. Nice kill from Garrett. Good pick. And they begin to push forwards. Was that smoke thrown? I thought there was a smoke, but maybe not. Pushing forward. Someone's got to tap the bomb here to pull out some of these T players from their hidey holes. 2 players to worry about for get right. And Decker will try as he might, but he can't get it done. 10-5 is the finishing score there for the first half as NiP. Solid start, and again, it was not solid at the beginning. The first few rounds looked really bad for them, and they really came into their own. You know, good for them. Fnatic are now in a position which NiP were in pretty consistently, where they have to fight back into the game to get a big recovery to even offer up a chance to win the map.
There's a countdown in the server chat to the halves swapping. So let's see how things will continue. Role reversal can make a hell of a difference for a team on the losing side.
That said, it's only 6 rounds for NiP to win this series and 11 for their opposition to win. So if they pick up the pistol, a lot of the pressure is alleviated for sure.
Let's see if they can do that.
Oh, look at wow! That's a hell of a lot of utility. You never see this much utility on a pistol round from T side. When do you ever see that, James? Do you
I
see
don't think I've ever seen. I mean, classic Virtus Pro would have up to 3 people with utility, but 4 with this much utility. At least there's a P250 for Draken. Someone's got one. I'm very interested to see what they have in mind with this. Will they leave something open? Will they try and take something? We've seen jungle pushes. We've seen CT pushes as well. Broland's trying to find the perfect angle behind the smoke. Plenty of spray with these Glocks. So the bomb plant's all but guaranteed. It's getting planted at present, and there it goes. There's a flashbang. They take CT. Broland, no, don't take CT. JW saving his teammates Bacon for a time, but he will get roasted eventually.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. They knew a player would be playing Ticket. It's just how it goes.
Bing.
Nice flash comes through. Oh my god, this is working out so well for NiP. I'm so impressed. Who needs Kevlar, James? If you got the smokes, this is working out so well. Twist, last man standing. He is doing some damage though. And he's going to fall back. Oh my goodness. This has worked out so well. I'm so impressed. It makes so much sense as well to just get a set piece. Just guarantee a bomb plant. What are you going to do with a USP? And also, USPs are generally looking for headshots, so you don't get tagged up in the armor as much. That was so cool.
It was important at this point, especially with the difficulties both teams have had in closing out some situations in the previous maps. Considering they started 10-5, this is fantastic for them. We've got doubles use from Fnatic. Players moving through the underpass. It's a good spot. Rez won't get wrecked by the Zeus though, but he will collect it. I don't even think it was fired. So there is a Zeus on Twist, one of the 3 remaining players around. Players jumping out of the window. Prolan, they know he's in the underpass. There he goes. SMG's making money as well. Twist wishful thinking towards B, but no one is going to be coming there just yet. So, well, we've got the bomb get planted for short one, we presume, as there's a big presence in mid from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Seems they're confident nobody's lurking around the A area, despite them not having somebody in CT. They could head over there now if they wanted to. Seem to know where Twist is. And there is the Zeus. Marvelous stuff. We only get some acting out of it, now we can make some money. Considering this is more or less a clean eco for Fnatic, this is good stuff. Now he's racing towards the bomb. Doesn't have position though, with it planted for a short area where Lekro is just waiting. 12-5, Ninjas in Pyjamas.
4 more rounds. But this is where the buys start to come into play. What do we have here? Ooh, flash and frag. Bosh. I need to start using Taser more, man. I just always forget about it.
There are some good spots on Mirage on the CT side. Standing at the entrance to Palace up close, underpass. There's a few good spots for it. Just to take money away from your opponent because you don't really get much for using it. It costs about $4,000 if a person's got an AK, so that's important. Twist not deploying the smoke grenade, maybe feeling he didn't have time, pulling out the weapon. There's one player by the market already, which he's exposed to, and there's a trade kill. Rez keeping an eye on the window and the door. Exists with a slight gap, gotta be careful though. The bomb is exposed to the market door, and there's no grenade for it just yet. And Exist is creeping through from a short position, so stereo frags for fnatic. They're not out of this game just yet.
And that's a wrap. Well, there's money to try to get the pressure back on. Oh, actually, no, there's... yeah, it's weird. Rez and Draken don't have anything. They're going to force it through, it seems, regardless, which I support. I think this is actually a good call. How they use the money, though, that's the... or rather, I should say, how they use the weapons, that's another question entirely. I think it's a difficult one. I think starting with mid-control is often a good call on Mirage, because fragging opportunities come from it as well. It looks like they may be just going for a split onto A here. We can get Mr. Forest into connector in time. He's making his way there. He's in chair at the moment. And they're almost on the bomb sites, just ready and waiting for the call to go in. And there it is.
There you go, JW with a lot to do, baiting for his teammate, perhaps took a shot, not really fighting to the death. Now he comes out with a pre-fire towards the sandwich. He's got the flashbang behind him as well, but he is a little blind. There's another sandwich kill, that's the bomb also. 5 versus 2, no response from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Maybe they'll have the struggles of their opponent. fnatic with half the score of their opponent for now, but that gets slightly better as they move to 7. Just the one frag for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Brolan taken out, that's not enough in that situation. No plant for them either, and they head towards eco territory, which puts fnatic in a good spot to continue to catch up. 5 rounds behind their opponent now. We see Lekro pick up a Desert Eagle. That will put him down to 1650. The rest of NiP not really in the position to buy a whole lot, or maybe anything at all, and in fact they won't. So Desert Eagle, maybe looking for an entry towards B perhaps, and then a bomb plant attempt, I don't know, but with no Kevlar, they will be paper thin into Pyjamas. Ooh, what will the timing be like? This could be absolutely colossal. That is pretty good, you can't complain about that.
No, you cannot, and you know what? This is going to be a short-lived round for NiP. They'll move in, they'll die. Such is the way of things. fnatic are the shark, and NiP. What do sharks eat commonly, James? What's the?
It depends on the type of shark.
It's taking too long, James.
Well, it's too. Could be squid, for example.
All right.
I'm thinking of what people use as bait. I watched this spearfishing channel, and they hooked a mako shark, and when they reeled it in, there was only a third of the mako shark left because another giant shark came, just ripped it to pieces. So you know, it depends. It varies.
Okay.
Tuna.
Let's go. I was trying to go for something punchy there. Just.
I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Yeah, we've been. Just no. Don't ask me questions.
Big damage done to fnatic though, beginning of this round, and they are. Look at the NiP go. They're just running into B. They're running into B. Twist is there, but he can't get himself the frags. I say that he's going to open it up with a quick triple. Oh my god, that is disgusting. 4 quick kills. As quickly as NiP came, they were dispatched by Twist. It looked a little bit sloppy to begin with, but then he just cleaned house. What are you going to do, Lekro? You got 12 HP, mate. You got 12 HP. Bombs on B. Oh man, what a moment.
Peak performance from Twist. Peak bloody performance, and something like that. No trade, nothing from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Great situation for them to build loads of cash. Lekro has 45 seconds though, but immediately, as soon as they know where he is, everybody gets into more aggressive positions. And JW says, no, never mind positions, I'm going to peek and frag. And now the gap is suddenly 3 rounds, and NiP are broke again.
So here it's like a bit of whiffing, but then everyone gets absolutely wrecked. Wow. God damn. God damn. Back on the pistols again, NiP, and fnatic are going to be on 10 rounds soon, James. It looks like we may have another very long game on our hands between these two teams. As expected, honestly. I think these two, when they play each other, it's often going to go like this. Ouch. JW's Belly run. Spray transfer. Working out to some degree. The one bomb does go down. That's a big win for NiP. Okay. Forest not going down without a fight. Defuse to come in now. Going to be interesting to see what everything is money-wise after that exchange. So of course with the bonuses, NiP are in good stead. fnatic, much like the first half for NiP, their economy is pretty untouchable right now. This needs to be the round where NiP start to bring things back into control. This needs to be the round where things start to make sense again for the Ninjas if they want to stop this momentum.
Maybe some late grenades from T-Spawn, since 2 players are still in T-Spawn for Ninjas in Pyjamas, according to the radar. Indeed, late grenades. Waiting out fnatic's initial ones before they proceed. Aggressive position for fnatic on a ramp. See if they move into a flanking position later on. Get right will lurk and keep them honest, and indeed, see Brolan close to the smoke, very deep, and Get Right may wonder what lies behind that. Seems to be a specific smoke, landed all too perfectly. 3 players top mid for Ninjas in Pyjamas, a re-smoke towards the window position, and there will be a play heading towards connector. Pop flash, maybe? Oh, he's throwing the smoke for top connector first. So, very meticulous movement with grenades from Ninjas in Pyjamas.
So they want to go for that split onto the A side. It's a dangerous position though, Brolan, with that AUG. Okay, well the timing's not worked out well for him. That said though, overall his teammates are holding on well to these positions. Like, release this frag, he'll get it. That is Twist dead. The ever dangerous Twist. And now they'll start pushing in. But Crims, he's going to wait for the perfect moment. Oh, it's the inverse plant though. And Crims is going to still get the backstab with Silence Step 4, finish it off. And that's the GG for that round. 11 for fnatic. And all of a sudden, James, they're almost tied up.
Crims and that Silence Step 4 has been an issue. It's been an issue for their opponent throughout this series. The multi-frags have been a thing. AWP for Draken, AWP for JW. Again, it seems it's going down to the wire. And the last map of this series, Ninjas in Pyjamas and fnatic. There is more Counter-Strike to come today. Double grenades, or different grenades, to a ramp. There's a second HE grenade that I was looking for. Getting right. Who will spot the legs first? He will see Brolan first. That aggression will be punished. Finally, for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They stopped that. An early frag. Can they keep the man advantage though? We've got players moving behind the smoke into that underpass position. JW getting cheeky on short at the same time. Crims will move back into position. In the meantime, there is an execute into the A site. They've lost position. They've got no one CT. But it doesn't seem like NiP will be headed there. So they've got that for the retake. We've got a rotation from Exist towards T-Spawn as well.
Flash over the top. Maze in. It's time. And they'll pincer through the bomb sites. Dispatched quickly by Res, but the trades are looking strong for fnatic. All the defuse coming in as they go for the hold. NiP, they'll deny it. 13-11, and they finally find themselves back in winning ways after quite some time.
Will they be able to spread the money well, however, because fnatic have a lot more money on their side. Lots more money. It seems they'll do well enough. Goodbye for Ninjas in Pajamas. The single AWP, triple AUG, so quadruple scopes for fnatic. Again, Crims, he's been lethal on Silence them for just buying him a little extra time to have more elements of surprise with the suppressor. NiP with a big presence towards the B bomb site. Will this be a fast play from them on the T side? Oh, that's deep.
Big nade indeed. And the push comes in. Rez tries to make his way forwards, but the nades are just ruining NiP. These B attacks have not worked out, have they, James?
Not yet. And this is an absolute decimation. Another deletion towards the B bomb site. They can't even get out. It reminds me of a old Cloud9 pistol where NiP were blinded in Molotovs. Those grenades were beautiful. They were staggered and they did great damage. Left NiP at the mercy of the Molotovs. 2 players remain with a minute on the clock, and it seems that they're just trying to conserve at present. They don't really have much money in the bank, nothing significant. And again, it was an expensive rebuy for fnatic, and this will give them some extra padding. It'll be a long 40 seconds. Pixel gap being held. Forest on the low ground. Not concerned about a flank, but there is a player in T-spawn. As the clock continues to tick, I'm sure they will continue to close things down. At this point, if Brolan was taken out on a late rotation from NiP, they would never get safely to the A bomb site from T-spawn to plant the bomb. So, clock goes down. Brolan will continue forwards. One would presume. There's the Pixel gap, but no kill on this occasion. 5 seconds. Does he venture in, Brolan, to the team apps, or to the apps in general?
Get in there.
Doesn't seem so. Playing it safe, going to focus on their own economy to weather a future storm rather than take the risk to take out NiP.
Speaking of NiP, they can scrap together a buy. Doesn't look too bad. 2 goals in the mix. The AWP on Draken still. Forest with the only AK. They will barrel their way into the A bomb site, it seems. But will they? Are they setting up a set piece? Delayed set piece? What is the play here? Because they're all on the A ramp, basically. So it has to be something like that. And in they go. See how many entries they can find. Roll out, hit the first, the second, and perhaps some more after that as well. He wants desserts. But there is none to be served here today on the A bomb site. Set of 3 versus 3, so after all said and done, after those 2 clean kills, actually it doesn't look too bad for NiP.
Bomb planted. Mini bombs being thrown into the A bomb site by fnatic. They'll do damage. Maybe that pays off later on. 2 players towards T ramp from Ninjas in Pajamas. And a player in a sandwich as well. There's a smoke again. Almost feels like Groundhog Day in this particular round. Flashes towards the ramp. That's the last grenade for fnatic. They've all got defuse kits, but can they find the right angle? Oh, they were lining up for get right, but nothing doing. Rez is down to him again, and he works on the defuse. It's 13-13.
Oh no. It was so close. NiP struggling. This series has just been constantly just back and forth, and this you think that one team's starting to get there, and then they're only to be denied later on. 24 for 17, not bad from Get Right. Pretty even across the board though, more or less. We get the tactical from NiP. Definitely want to pick this one up. This is a really tough game. It's been interesting how we've seen them just go just 5A on 5B on 2 separate, like pretty, you know, in recent rounds.
It would have been cool to see a take of CT with a flashbang if they had one post-plant, because the holds from T-Ramp aren't really going the way they might like. Although I think Get Right was really unlucky not to get that kill. If he gets that kill, they probably get the round. I'm sure the spray probably comes for free without him even realizing what's going on. We're pretty much lined up together, but here we are, 13 apiece. fnatic maybe can smell victory. Momentum's in their side. Feel like we are seeing some marginal situations, but they seem to be going their way. NiP starts slow, looking for aggression top mid, looking for aggression on ramp. Avoiding those HEs that have been on point for fnatic in this half. Some nasty damage towards B especially. Grenades thrown in towards A. Baiting nades maybe from fnatic. Forest taken down on short by the silence and 4 of Crims. Who controls connector? Lekro will look to take that away. Behind the box, he's been spotted, he's been spotted. Spotted and swatted.
4v4 with 50 seconds to go now, and NiP start to switch things up, going back to B. But it's Twist on B. He's been annoying for them, to say the least. Let's see what he can do this time around. He does have fast support and exist from Cat if needed. This is really scary stuff. NiP Twist, he's going to deliver one. Exist for the follow-up there. Lekro will trade him out. And it's a 2 versus 2, so that's actually not too bad for NiP. They get the bomb down. They'll lock out fnatic from leaving market. So NiP not in a bad spot now.
Feel like we've said that before, but can they convert the round? A foot's been spotted, not too much damage if any. I don't think it was any. That's a glorious flick from JW. He knows roughly where Get Right is, and those are the stereo frags from one man that maybe he could have gotten the round prior. Big frags from Get Right. Continues to deliver on Mirage. Now, the money situation, it's a buy from fnatic. Let's have a look. See some of the frags from that round. Lining up for Get Right. He did make an adjustment though for that second headshot. So props to him. Really fast frags. Very important situation now for both teams. They don't really have any money in the hole either side. So this is going to be a really important round for both.
So this is really passive here. NiP, this is just, I think, going to be a slow default. Obviously, Draken's looking for a pick on anyone jumping on B-apps, but besides that, you got Get Right who's just covering for a Palace or T-Steps push. His 2 teammates waiting at B-apps entrance, looking towards top mids in case there's a push there. What is the play here for NiP? They spent 45 seconds doing absolutely nothing so far on the map. You know, that said, there's no utility really for fnatic anyway. NiP beginning to walk in the B apartments again. The bomb is by itself at the back. Looks like they want to just go contacts. They're just going to go for it. There's not much utility here for the CTs, but what little utility they have will be thrown. But they're hitting the shots, James. These silencers definitely doing some work. Oh yeah, it's going quite well for fnatic on the initial entries. Exist is alive by the pillar. Forest has a word or two to say about that one though.
Crim's dancing around the side, but they've got to try and plant the bomb because there's only 20 seconds left. Even though they haven't secured the area, they're struggling to get beyond the balcony position without losing players, and they're not keeping it equal in the trade frags. 14 apiece, no bomb plant. Look at the money. It's okay, we'll have to see it in a second, but it doesn't look amazing for NiP. I think some players may have a little bit to fight with because of the way the loss bonus is working. Really interesting situation. 14 apiece. Every map's gone down to the wire. Just pressure at all times for both sides. Trying to brute force their way into the B bomb site, but they can't find the right password, it seems. Tactical pause from fnatic. A moment to catch your breath before the carnage continues.
Everyone is catching their breath here. What an intense series. I mean, this series has been, we mentioned it earlier, it's been going on for a while. For a best of 3, it's definitely a long one if you throw the overtime in there as well. But we are off once again.
Ooh. Look at the buy, Dan.
Yes, it's less than ideal.
They have left some money in the hole, though, for worst case scenarios. So I think the loss bonus is high enough that they essentially get 2 buys with this mixed bag. Because we're thinking old economy, oh my god, they're screwed if this doesn't go for them. But I don't think that's the case.
This is going to be tough. They're going to fake B and try to get people rotating in for an A split to see if it works for them. They're pulling some rotation.
Ooh, the damage!
But mid is under control here for the CT, so this is going to tell them a lot. Here comes the main push onto the A bomb side. They're getting some picks here. 3 versus 3. NiP not looking so bad with the bomb down.
This is absolutely random. But now suddenly Rez is the last man standing on the B bomb site, and fnatic will survive with 2 players. The bomb plant, 3, sorry. The bomb plant is so crucial for NiP because the money, I mean, it gives them the extra grenades that they might need. Are we going to overtime once again? The brute force towards B, not working out for ninjas in pajamas. The post plants on A, not working out for ninjas in pajamas. fnatic, match point. 2 AWPs now.
It's so crazy because I feel like for both teams, no one's really been led into believing that they might be the one to win this series just by the way the rounds have gone. It's been so dramatic for both sides. But as you say, this could be it here for fnatic. Can they hold their nerve? The double AWP, all the grenades they possibly want. A more normal start to the round here for NiP, taking middle. Uh-oh, there's a beautiful pick off the top of the boost by Catwalk for fnatic as NiP lose a critical player early on.
Draken begging for an entry, looking for a jump peek. A flashbang. 2W, gotta be careful. Rez almost hitting the mark. Rez needs to hit that mark. fnatic have a man advantage. They want to capitalize on that, and Crims will do exactly that. He has been in control of Connector. He has been a real pain for NiP around Connector. 3 versus 5. Draken looking for an entry the hard way, but Lekro's managed to get into position, but Draken's been taken out. Get Right takes his place. I think he's given some sound cues away, but we're in a 2 versus 5 situation. 1 versus 5 now. All of Get Right's effort, he's got an ace. It won't happen. 16 to 14. fnatic take the series. A difficult series for both teams, but fnatic take it over the line.
I'm so impressed, just, you know, showing that mental fortitude, the constitution of mind strong for fnatic, for NiP as well. Both teams really performing all the way to the end here, and what an intense series at the end of the day. They've got to be exhausted, both sides, but what a gutting experience for NiP. There were so many spots where, much like for fnatic, they must really have felt like it felt good, felt like, you know, they had it in the bag. But fnatic, you know, they managed to find a way to ruin the dreams.
Yeah, I mean, props to them. Again, the only person who picked fnatic to win this series of everybody put predictions in was Senya.
Yeah.
Everybody else picked ninjas in pajamas, but it was really down. It was a nail biter. It was down to the wire. It was really unclear once you got into the late stages as to who might take it. James Banks, what do you think of that?
Professional, some would say.
Not a whole lot, I would say. I can't really answer for that guy, but I can tell you.
Some would say
Mr.
James Banks has said too much at this event already.
He has said a few things. Now, what
with
we
his
can
rapier
begin
wit
to talk about, yes, other than the raking that we just saw there across the entirety of this best of 3, all the rounds, and of course all 3 maps to deliver there. The Swedes coming out on top, and this time it was fnatic. They will heel turn it, unlike that prediction. But yes, carry on.
I predicted it at the end, remember?
I thought you heel turned for NiP.
No, I started with NiP and I changed to
Okay.
fnatic. That's
We'll go
actually the
watch the
reason
VOD.
why. Is like I will say openly, I think NiP is the better team. Even after this series, I still think actually, this was a series that lived and died on all the clutches, so whoever got them in the end was going to get them. But the thing is, fnatic, there's just something about them at this tournament at the moment. They're not like the fnatic I saw capitulate at the last couple of tournaments and just get battered easily. They're getting it in the clutches now. Everyone over the series has eventually had a good map. It's like, this is actually pretty positive signs for fnatic all in all.
Yeah, I mean, they looked certainly more alive. We even saw glimpses of flashiness there from, I believe it was Twist on Catwalk with that 4K, really kind of solidifying, I think, what was the surefire path for fnatic to get it through. Albeit albeit it was a very much an uphill battle the entire time.
Yeah, it was. I think this 4K from Twist definitely changed the pace of the game, like the direction it was taking. It was probably a hard hit for NiP mentally speaking. I still believe that NiP's problem is on the T side so far.
Yes.
They've had 3 very poor T sides. Even then, they had 10-5 first half, then they win the pistol round. You think they're all poised to win that game. That's it, 12-5, and they still cannot find the opening. It was a little bit too simplistic in the way they were playing. And sure, as Duncan mentioned, I think individually speaking, everyone in Fnatic showed up. Brolan actually had a quiet game on that third map, but Xist, JW, we didn't really see them in the first 2 maps. They actually showed up. So it has to be frustrating for Ninjas in Pyjamas, because I do believe they are the better team as well. But individually speaking, Fnatic showed up. They won the clutches when it mattered the most. So all in all, it's a logical result, as much as it can be logical when it's 16-14,
Yeah, and another thing I would also say is, like, if you are an IP, the beats of the series is what's going to kill you, because the first 2 maps, you're down massively, you come back, you could have won both maps, you could also have lost both, but you're not thinking that if you NiP. Then in the third map, you finally get the big CT half, you solve the first half, you're in the driving seat, and then the comebacks from Fnatic this time. So it's like, even though you want to say for both teams, good game overall, like it was there for both of you, if you're NiP, this just feels like you lost the game. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at monstrous CT performances on both sides, right? So regardless of what the 10-5 scoreline was, we get to see them run it back, which is, I guess, indicative to how the game is being played right now, and I guess the strengths of these 2 teams.
Yeah, but I think it is worrying, at least if you were an IP right now. We were talking about how Mirage is supposed to be a middle ground map that both teams know how to play. So it should not be the case that you can have a good CT side, but you have no solution whatsoever on the T side. Okay, sure, maybe on Overpass that's a possibility. If you're going to play Cash, that's not your map. Okay, why not? But on Mirage, a map that they have played a lot, they have a good percentage win rate on it. I was expecting more of them on that T side, but it's not to take anything away from Fnatic. As we can see here on the replays, they looked sharp in the end of round. They made more often than not the good decisions at the end. They had always the good positioning. It surprised NiP a lot of times in these clutches. So that's how you win games, even though here we see actually Get Right had a really good game. It needs to be mentioned. That's
second and third
rare
maps
at the moment.
Was pretty good. Yeah,
he played a good end of the series, and it is even more so frustrating for him probably.
This is one of those series where, as an analyst, there's a narrative that you can bring up, right, which nearly always applies, believe it or not, even though it's not real analysis, which is, if you ever have a derby, as you say, like 2 teams from the same country, especially teams that have had players that have played in each other's teams, they know each other very, very well. It doesn't matter where they are in the rankings. Like, they could be number 2 and number 20. It nearly always will get some level of parity, because, they know each other, they know each other's styles. They're not afraid to play the other team, even though they've got different rankings. So we saw it play out again here. I mean, this literally took all the rounds, all of them.
It did take all around, even some bonus rounds in there.
Even some bonus.
But, I mean, you're talking about a game of sheer tendencies here. We're talking about players that can read the ins and outs of each other through and through, and rightfully so, like the expression on Get Right's face there. He didn't quite read the entire book today. He didn't quite get all the reading done that was necessary. NiP, having lost this series, doesn't necessarily put them in the right foot that they want to find themselves in, but bodes even better for Fnatic going forward.
I think this was a game they needed. Like, this is a massive shot in the arm for them. They were in a bad spot. If they go down 0-1 now, you don't know who you play here. I mean, as we've seen from Na'Vi earlier today, you don't want to play these Asian teams you don't know very well. They know them, some from WSG. So I actually think generally, big result for them. It doesn't matter that they had to claw it out, get lucky, blah, 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 whatever. You'd take anything at this point in time if you're Fnatic. If on NiP's side of things, I have to say the one guy who was really quiet overall, where was Forrest?
Yep, it was.
Yeah. This is a guy where, again, this is all the Swedes. Like when in 1.6, Forrest's nickname when he used to play for Fnatic was he was the SK killer, because he always went off against the other Swedish teams. So this wasn't a game where you had to be like a superstar, but if you could have just had like a couple of big rounds, one nice half, this could have taken it home for NiP. And generally, I'd say for Drake, not a bad series. Not great by any means, certainly, but he contributed. Overall,
series-wise statistics numbers, I'm privy to this information.
Okay. Give us the knowledge.
It's coming at me live and direct here from HLTV.org. Looking at Forrest, 60 and 67. 77 ADR across the entirety of 3 maps. That's not the Forrest that we know, and that's not going to be the game changer within this squad to really put them on the map. I mean, perhaps he showed up today in a big way. That might have been just the change they needed.
Yeah,
I think he nailed it when he said before, like, just look at if you want to look at one deficiency in this series, look at NiP's T-halves.
Yep.
Because they've got all these good players. They've even got all these aggressive players that you expect to be an entry-type player. Where's the coordination there? Like, if you can bring that together, you could be a very dominant team, but that's the one thing I think they still lack is, like, the leadership aspect.
Definitely, and even when NiP is winning, we can take other competitions. The T side never look clean and organized. Sure, they can win rounds because they have individual, like, talent a lot, and whenever they get the advantage, whenever they get the edge in the round, round, they know how to close it because of the experience, because they've played this 5v4 a million times. But whenever they hit the brick of wall, then they cannot finish it. Like, they don't have the tactical background to just, find that one. In French, we used to call it like a diamond tactic. It's what we used to call it. It's like whenever you can find a solution, you have this one tactic that always works.
Yes.
You can only use it one time in a game because it's so obvious. But NiP doesn't have that. So either they get the entry fragging, and they do sometimes, right? Because they are good players. But if they don't, they lack solutions. And I think this is what's happening against Fnatic in this game.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess for everything considered, Ninja's Pajamas aren't out. Let's not paint that picture. They're not out of the running here. There is a real shot for them to kind of redeem themselves. Is that's something that could be on the cards. One thing we are going to do, though, is go down to the show floor where Frankie is standing by. We do have an interview lined up. Let's see who she's got.
JW joins me now to talk about the epic Swedish derby. How was that for you?
Pretty up and down, I would say. I think we started off really, really good on overpass. Then we had a pretty bad T side. We messed up some key rounds, which made us lose in the end. And then going into cash, I think once again we had a pretty strong start, but we almost not really threw it away because they played really, really good. So it's not like we threw it away, but I think we could have closed it earlier than we did. We should easily have closed it at 16-14, I would say, but it went overtime. We won that, and then for the first time in the best of three, we started off pretty poor, I would say. We were down like 8-3 or something, but we managed to get 2 rounds on the end, so 10-5, and then we knew we had a really good CT side, so we just had to expect that from ourselves at that point, I guess, and I'm happy that we delivered.
And how was your confidence going into this game? Because one of the most enduring images that has stayed with me since the major has been Brollan's head in his hands after you guys crashed out of the challenger stage. Yeah,
it's been quite some tough time, I would say, especially for the new guys, Brollan and Twist. Both came into the team and we had a pretty good period, but then everything went to hell basically, and I think it affected their confidence the most because they're not as experienced as we are, and combined with us as a team had a pretty rough period before, so we've swapped a lot of players these past 1 or 2 years, and I think they started to doubt themselves. Maybe we want to start making changes and stuff again, and I think that affected their confidence a lot. But we had some really good talks, and I hope everyone is feeling safe within the team now, so I hope we can just build our own confidence and keep climbing.
And what is it like playing against players that you know so well? There was a lot of shooting at dead bodies in that match, I noticed.
I mean, it's a Swedish matchup. It's not necessarily like a grudge match, but of course we have been battling for many, many years. It was a long time since we battled each other on LAN now. And I mean, Lekra played in our team, Draken played in our team. So, Exist played in NiP as well. So it's a lot of memories and stuff like that between the teams, but it's not really a grudge match between the players. But I think it's good for both the community and the CS as a game to keep building up these games and matchups. So I think it's mostly that.
And talking of Draken and awkward moments, there was one in the bathrooms on Overpass. Can you talk me through what happened there? You ran out of bullets.
Stupid as I am, I saw he was peeking not towards me, so of course I'm JW, and in my mind there's always going to be the knife. So I was pretty much getting ready for going up and knifing him, but then the same second I was going to pull up the knife, he turned around, and I wasn't ready for that. And overall I played very, very bad the whole overpass match. I think it got into my head a bit, and I started doubting myself a lot and missed pretty easy kills the whole game, I would say. So it was a combination of me trying to go for the knife and just a bad performance overall.
One more thing I do want to ask you about before tomorrow's best of 3. You didn't win a single pistol in that match. So what are you going to do to sort that? What you won? Sorry, I apologise. You won 1 out of 6 pistols, JW. My bad, but you did lose 5. So let's talk about those. How are you going to fix those?
I think together with us being more, maybe not trying to make it so complicated, but also I think we played NiP. They are usually very, very good with pistols. And I think even with the addition of Draken, even though they lost Dennis, I think Draken is pretty, pretty good with the pistols as well, to be honest. So, hopefully we are going to play it more simple perhaps, but also playing a team that isn't that good at pistols.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me, JW. Congratulations on that win. I know you guys in Fnatic needed that. Let's see what you do with that going into tomorrow, and let's head back to the analyst desk.
Always looking for those knives, but it's not always the case, I guess. Let's go ahead and wrap up what this was, this Swedish affair. We could talk about Swedes all day long, and I feel like we kind of have, given the length of that series. But let's kind of tie it all in together here for some closing thoughts.
Speaking of knives, do you like skins?
Oh, shit, yeah, I do.
All right, well, if you like skins, a partner of StarSeries, StarLadder, whatever the company's name is, I'll figure that out eventually, is Hellcase. And if you go to Hellcase and you use the code SLTV, that'll be short for StarLadder TV, my mistake, it's StarLadder after all, then you can get extra money on your account. And if you use the code SLTV25, no, you don't have to do 25, but you get 25% refill bonus.
You do. And you do need that refill bonus. I think that's
if you want to refill
exactly, if you're going to refill, if you're going to participate in those type of things, you should do that. You might have also noticed the fact that there was a CS.money fly through there at the bottom, which is something I can also tell you about. Head over to CS.money, a bot for trading your skins, and of course a partner of StarSeries. Now, Maniac, we need to take a look at some of the matches we've had today. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw them right up on the screen, and we're going to see exactly how today has kind of transpired, how it has all kind of unfolded up to this point.
Because there were a lot of games, right?
There have been quite a few games, and yes, Vici are really putting Na'Vi to the test right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Na'Vi is actually battling out with Vici right now. We have seen, obviously, Fnatic take 2-1 against NiP. MIBR disposed of Panda pretty easily and quickly, as they should have. FaZe Clan also had an easy time against Pain. That was also necessary for them, I think. Renegades actually had a really nail-biting series with Tyloo. As you said already, they played against each other so many times. It's almost like a typical rival matchup at this point. NRG, who made the best out of North 2-1. That was a close series. And ENCE won 2-0 against Spirit, but that was actually a close game. It wasn't as easy for ENCE as it might have been. Maybe a little bit jittery at the beginning of the tournament. I was casting that game. I would have expected ENCE to carry on with the game pretty easily, but that wasn't the case. Spirit actually put up a fight.
It was tense for ENCE.
It was tense for ENCE.
And almost as tense for Na'Vi right now. I'm just going to give a quick update as to what we've got going on over here, because this is the third map, and it is currently 13-7 in favor of Vici right now.
13-7, you said?
13-7. The numbers don't lie, and neither do we. Duncan, thoughts on Na'Vi, or Natus Vincere as they're known formally?
Yeah, the tough thing for Na'Vi is a lot of people still talk as though like, oh, how are they going to improve, when they're going to turn the corner. It's like, I hate to break this to you guys, but if you followed the history of CSGO, most lineups only last like 9 months, a year. That's usually if you're the most successful as well. Like you win all the majors. That's what keeps you together, is winning. This Na'Vi lineup, this 5-man lineup has been together now since the latter part of 2017. We're talking like we're coming up like a year and a half at this point in time. So I have to say, with some of the recent results where they've been a bit shaky, clearly when you got some of the best players in the world, simple, you're still going to have big results, but I don't know, they don't look like a championship team at the moment. And an event without Liquid, without a Strauss, you want to see them be the team that can come and win the trophy. So this could well be an omen, I think, for when is the change going to happen in Na'Vi? Is it going to be one player? Is it going to be two? Are we going to split the team in half? So yes, it hasn't happened yet, but I feel as though these are like the early omens that there's potentially trouble.
Oh yeah, and what is really worrying about Na'Vi is that we used to say, or we always say, that Na'Vi could have like a slow start in the tournament, right? And more often than not, we put it on the best-of-1 format. We say, oh, okay, Na'Vi's having a bad start. That's how it is. They lose the first game. Then they eventually bounce back in the tournament. But this is actually best-of-3 now. So that's not the same. Losing 2-1 against Vici in a best-of-3 series is not the same as having one map off at the beginning of the tournament. So that would be really, really like worrisome for Na'Vi.
Especially because Na'Vi was actually famous. If you go back to when they were in their prime last summer, they had a very, very good map pool. Like best-of-3s where they shined.
Well, you guys just have such big topics, and I know they're vital to the conversation. And I know that I can crowbar them even harder than that. Duncan, I know you're kind of whipping something up there. I just feel it. No, I'm kidding. We're going to be going to a quick break. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, we're going to a quick break. We come back. We've got Vitality and Big Clan squaring off on what could be 3 maps, but guaranteed at least 2. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.